Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
First amnesty applicant submits application in Cotabato. Viscom recognizes outstanding soldiers for contributions to peace in Eastern Visayas. Whole of society approach crucial in addressing labor issues. PBBM urges LGUs to prepare for La Nina. Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo, Quezon City. Today is Friday, May 10, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Rob Suzon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for our brief overview of our stories, the annual Balikatan joint military exercises between the Philippines and the United States concluded with praise from Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr., citing this year's iteration as very successful and marked by numerous firsts. The said activity was attended by 16,000 participants, including 14 nations who served as observers. General Browner emphasized the introduction of new activities across multiple venues, signaling increased collaboration and readiness between the two nations. Also, the Department of National Defense echoed the sentiment, stressed the exercise's role in enhancing interoperability and strengthening defense capabilities, crucial for maintaining peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. Moreover, U.S. Exercise Director expressed gratitude for the Philippines' hospitality and support in hosting the complex maneuvers, emphasizing the importance of joint training for both nations.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The local amnesty board in Cotabato accepted the first ever application for presidential amnesty from former rebels recently. This announcement came from the National Amnesty Commission in a letter distributed by the Office of the Presidential Advisor for Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity. The applicant, an active member of the Moro National Liberation Front, facing charges of illegal possession of firearms, was represented by his daughter in the application process. According to the daughter, her father was unable to personally appear before the lab due to delicate health conditions, and they are hopeful that the amnesty will prevent his incarceration. In line with this, the National Amnesty Commission encourages all qualified individuals for amnesty to approach the nearest lab in their respective areas.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Visayas Command commended 113 soldiers for their dedication and bravery in both combat and peace-building efforts across Eastern Visayas. Viscom Commando Lieutenant General Fernando Reyes, Philippine Army, personally presented the awards to the deserving servicemen and women during his recent visits to various military bases in Samar and Northern Samar. Among the awardees were 28 officers and 85 enlisted personnel, with 3 receiving their prestigious Gold Cross Medal and 14 honored with the Silver Cross Medal for their exceptional valor during combat in intelligence operations. Lieutenant General Reyes emphasized the soldiers' bravery and professionalism, highlighting Viscom's commitment in recognizing military achievements and promoting peace in the regions.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
For other Balikatan updates, let us hear the details from Private National regarding Philippine and U.S. troops conduct subject matter expert exchanges and practical exercises in Northern Luzon.
The Philippines and United States troops were conducted subject matter expert exchanges and practical exercises simultaneously in Northern Luzon as part of the ongoing Balikatan Exercise 39 2024.
The Philippines and United States troops joined forces for an intense training exercise on explosive ordnance disposal of unmanned aircraft systems class at Camp Serviliano Aquino, San Miguel, Tarlac. The troops were trained to take down drones and demonstrated their skills in disposing of small unmanned aircraft systems. Meanwhile, at Fort Magsaysay, Nueva Ecija, subject matter expert exchanges were conducted. United States Army assigned to Delta Company 2nd Battalion, 27th Infantry Regiment, 3rd Brigade Combat Team, 25th Infantry Division, alongside soldiers assigned to the Philippine Army 7th Infantry Division, Light Reaction Regiment, the 1st Scout Ranger Regiment, and the 1st Battalion Royal Australian Army conducted anti-tank drills, jungle operations training course, jungle patrol operations, waterborne operations, and practical exercises on water survival, knots, and jungle-based tactics.
This is Mel J. Nesho reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Private Nesho.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Now on to our next story. Twin encounters between army soldiers and remnants of the New People's Army resulted in the temporary displacement of 116 families, totaling 480 individuals in 3 hinterland sitios of Barangay Carolan, Cabancalan City, Negros Occidental. Residents of sitios Tagok, Bobon, and Matampa in Barangay Carolan are currently staying at the Carolan Barangay Gymnasium, provided with essential food bags and medicine by the Department of Social Welfare and Development and Representative Mercedes Alvarez. The encounters involving soldiers from 94th Infantry Battalion and an estimated 9 NPA members led to the recovery of firearms and ammunition. Moreover, Mayor Benji Miranda assured the displaced families of effective law enforcement and urged the continued vigilance.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
43 New People's Army guerrillas, including a prominent leader, surrendered to the military in Bukidnon. They were formally presented to the media in a press conference at Camp Osito, Bahian. Among the surrenderers were May Lu Jean Singan, known as Jeline or Imay, a regional medical staff with the North Central Mindanao Regional Committee, and her husband Loloy Hanayan. Both expressed their desire to build a better life for their daughter and cited disillusionment with the NPA's leadership and their longing for a peaceful future as reasons for their surrender. Furthermore, troops and the government assured them of assistance to start their new life.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Bring us the latest insights from the scene. We have our correspondent Beth. Let us hear the details about 14th CMO Battalion facilitates community dialogue for skill enhancement in Cebu.
The 14th Civil Military Operation Battalion initiated a dialogue with the Evo Women's Association and the Kalipunan ng Liping Pilipina in Toledo City. The meeting aimed to address community needs by connecting them with the relevant government and non-government agencies. Sergeant Alberto Regala stressed the importance of providing skills, training, and alternative livelihood for opportunities to prevent involvement in illegal activities. Moreover, the military provided food pack to participants, and all requests for assistance will be coordinated through the organizing military groups. This is Beth Tanyete reporting for the AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Beth
Yes, Ralph,
Tanyeta.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Visayas Command has facilitated the granting of approximately 500,000 pesos in livelihood assistance to a people's organization formed by former rebels of the New People's Army. Major Joe Patrick Martinez, the commander of the 3rd Civil Relations Group, announced that the organization, formalized with the assistance of the Department of Labor and Employment, received the check worth 483,000 pesos. The Lawaan Farmers and Livestock Association, headed by Flor Lingues from the mountain barangay of Lawaan in Danao City, will utilize the funds for its hog raising project. He said that the assistance will not only provide financial aid, but will also signify a fresh start for these individuals in mainstream society.
DWDD National News.
For national news, Department of Labor and Employment Secretary Benvenido Lagesma stressed that whole-of-society approach is crucial in addressing the country's labor issues. In his message during the Trabaho Pa sa Bayan Job Opportunities Building Skills Project, Lagesma said the commitment of the government as well as the private sector is needed to address various issues in the labor sector, such as the creation of quality and decent job for Filipinos. During the said activity, DOLE signed a memorandum of commitment with the Private Sector's Advisory Council, SM Foundation, Job Street by SEEK, and other business groups coincided with the opening of 2,498 job vacancies from 32 companies.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Now let's hear from our reporter on the ground for more updates about 4th ID Press Corps hold inaugural quarterly meeting. Go on for the details, Jai.
4th Infantry Diamond Division Press Corps convened for their first quarterly meeting or General Assembly at its headquarters in Cagayan de Oro City. Led by DPC President Ms. Menzi Montes of IFM DXCC CDO, the Assembly aimed to outline future plans, strengthen camaraderie among officers and members, and enhance the dissemination of relevant 4th ID accomplishments to the public. Journalists and broadcasters from various media platforms participated in the face-to-face and video teleconference assembly. Moreover, Lieutenant Colonel Solito B. Ante Jr., Deputy Assistant Chief of Staff for Civil Military Operations G7, highlighted the vital role of media in mission success, stressing the importance of transparency and communication. This is Joy reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Jai.
DWDD. National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. encouraged local government units to brace for the effects of the rainy season as the La Nina phenomenon comes. During his speech in the distribution of aid to farmers and fisher folks affected by El Nino on the Zamboanga Peninsula and Zamboanga City, the president said the world is experiencing extreme weather brought by climate change, causing extreme heat and later on extreme rainy season. In response to this, President Marcos appealed to the LGUs to prepare at all times, attend to the needs of their constituents, and devise programs to ensure assistance in times of need. The State Weather Bureau said La Nina is characterized by cooler sea surface temperatures in the central and eastern equatorial Pacific, which triggers above average rainfall in the country.
DWDD. National News.
The Task Force El Nino called for direct assistance and continues on-the-ground monitoring for affected farmers and fishers amid the increasing number of areas placed under a state of calamity due to excessive heat. According to spokesperson Assistant Secretary Joey Villarama, about 273 cities and municipalities nationwide have declared a state of calamity, including areas in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Villarama underscored that these are not just figure and in need of help, so the administration focuses on the assessment of the needs of farmers, fishers, and their families. The official also shared that as of this time, among the interventions provided by the government to El Nino affected areas were immediate cash aid and rehabilitation in affected farmlands as well as in the aquaculture sector.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
We have a report coming in from Jumboy about DSWD distributes livelihood assistance to former rebels in Davao de Oro. Go on for the details, Jumboy.
Department of Social Welfare and Development distributed livelihood assistance to former rebel in Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. DSWD Undersecretary for Exclusive Sustainable Peace and Special Concern Alan Tan Chusay, accompanied by Davao de Oro Governor Dorothy P. Montejo Gonzaga, lead the say activity. They turned over 20,000 livelihood settlement grant to 19 former rebels as part of the agency's Sustainable Livelihood Program. Additionally, each beneficiary received 3,000 in cash assistance through the DSWD's Assistance to Individual in Crisis Situation Program. This initiative aligned with Executive Order Number 70, which aimed to address local armed conflict through a whole-of-nation approach. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Jimboy.
DWDD National News.
Our time is already 12:15 in the afternoon and you are still tuning at AFP Radio DWDD Facebook page. And for our announcement, join us in celebrating the 126th Philippine Independence Day with music, song, and dance, featuring bands and performers from various uniformed services. Witness a showcase of talent and music, singing and dancing from the modern day heroes. Let us come together to honor the Filipinos who fought for the nation's independence at Music Kalayaan 2024 on June 7 live at the Rizal Park Open Auditorium. See you there.
DWDD National News.
Moving on to another story, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. pledged to provide government assistance to all regions affected by extreme heat and drought due to El Nino phenomenon. The president made the statement during the distribution of assistance to farmers, fisherfolk, and families at the Universidad de Zamboanga Summit City o Center in Barangay Tetuan, Zamboanga City. In his speech, President Marcos shared it is important for him to personally hand over the assistance and hear the grievances of the people. He also added that the government will not only distribute assistance to people in Zamboanga, but will visit all the regions and the entire country will benefit from the programs.
DWDD National News.
The Commission on Elections is optimistic to reach its target of 3 million new voters for the May 2025 midterm elections by June. COMELEC Chairperson George Garcia said they anticipate to reach the figure based on the current trend. According to Garcia, the number of new voters may hit 3.3 to 3.4 million by the end of the registration on September 30. As of May 7, voter registrants already reached 2,725,089 since start of sign-up activities on February 12.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
For other updates, let us hear the details about First ID recognizes stakeholders in 88th founding anniversary celebration. Go ahead, Mike.
Yes, Rolf, good afternoon. The 1st Infantry Tabak Division expressed gratitude to its stakeholders during its 88th founding anniversary celebration at the Tabak Wellness Center, Camp Cesar El Sangan, Labangan, Zamboanga del Sur. Under the theme, Matatag na Tabak Division para sa Bagong Pilipinas, the First ID acknowledged the crucial role of stakeholders play in promoting peace and development in the region. Their unwavering support has enabled the division to fulfill its duty of safeguarding the populace and securing the territory effectively. Furthermore, Army Commanding General Lieutenant General Roy M. Galedo attended the celebration and conveyed his commitment in supporting every soldier of the said division. This is Mike reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mike.
DWDD National
In other
News.
developments, the Philippine National Police granted 1.9 million peso reward to 10 informants for providing information that led to arrest of 11 most wanted criminals. The said reward was handed over in a simple ceremony at the PNP Intelligence Training Group in Camp Kramer yesterday. According to PNP Director for Intelligence Police Brigadier General Westrimundo Obinque, the information reported by the tipsters resulted in the capture of fugitives involved in serious crimes such as murder, rape, robbery, and carnapping. Obinque also underlined that the initiative is a manifestation of the PNP's dedication to collaborating with citizens to ensure the safety and security of the nation.
DWDD National News.
The House of Representatives is set to commence plenary debates on the proposed amendments to the rice tariffication law on Monday. House Deputy Speaker David Suarez announced that the plenary deliberations will start next week after the House Committees on Agriculture and Food and Ways and Means endorsed the approval of the measure, which President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said he would certify as urgent. According to Suarez, the proposed modification of the RTL, allowing the NFA or the National Food Authority to sell cheaper rice in public markets will bring down the price of rice by up to 15 pesos per kilogram. It can be recalled that the leadership of the House has pledged to pass the proposal to amend the RTL of the third and final reading before the Sinai congressional break on May 25.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Let us hear more update outside our station. Let us hear from Shah about 12 CMO Battalion promotes unity and support among Metro Manila leaders.
Yes, Rof, the 12th Civil Military Operations Kapatiran Battalion convened with local leaders in front of the Manila Hotel along Katigbag Parkway, Ermita, Manila. The said activity was attended by alongside Jose Miralpes Jr., also known as Ka Joel, a government information advocate and president of the United Vendors Alliance, and officials and members of the People's Democratic Hawkers Vendors Association. During the meeting, he shared his experiences and deception by communist groups, his reasons for returning to government fold, and the importance of supporting government programs. Through open and dignified dialogue, troops alongside the president of UVA and the officials members of PEDHVA demonstrated the power of unity in driving positive change within the community. This is Shaina Araneta reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Shah.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
On the other line, let us hear from Terence about as Solon affirms the Philippines' favorable international position on West Philippine Sea dispute.
A House member defended the administration's actions in dealing with China's aggression, such as joint military exercises with the United States and other foreign troops, increasing the number of Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement or EDCA sites, and purchase of missiles and submarines. Bukidnon Second District Representative Jonathan Keith Flores said that the nations that came to our aid or our support actually came here on their own volition, emphasizing that external support aligns with the Philippines' position on the WPS issue. He added that they were not requested by the Philippine government. They came here to support us because they see that our position is the right position to take. As regards concerns over the increase in EDCA sites and the procurement of military assets, Flores defended these actions as essential for self-defense. Flores pointed out that there is nothing wrong in defending ourselves, and there is also nothing wrong in preparing to defend ourselves. That's why these exercises are conducted. This is Terence Mordenegrano reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Terence.
DWDD National News.
The report of Social Welfare Development emphasized the media in disseminating accurate information and enhancing public awareness about the government programs. According to Panawid Pamilya Pilipino Program Director Gemma Gaboya, through the government's collaboration with the private sector and media, the public may understand better the said intervention. Gabuya made the statement during the conclusion of the 3-day orientation on the DSWD's program at St. Gal's Hotel in Makati City yesterday. The said orientation aimed to counter negative notions by providing deeper understanding of the program to the media partners.
DWDD
The government service insurance system aided 1,143 struggling housing borrowers by disregarding 1.6 billion pesos worth of penalties and giving 121 million pesos worth of interest discounts as of the first quarter of 2024. According to GSIS President and General Manager Vic Veloso, the said move was made possible through the Housing Accounts Restructuring and Condonation Program that aims to quickly provide relief to members who are struggling to meet overdue payments on their housing loans. Will also said through the HARCP, borrowers are allowed to lower their monthly payments by restructuring their loans, extending their prepayment periods up to 10 years, and securing a 50% discount on the remaining interest if they pay their debt in full. Furthermore, he underscored that the GSIS envisions to help thousands of families under the debt restructuring program to lessen the pressures from other financial obligations.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
For more updates, let us hear the news from Jeffrey about the 39th Balikatan exercises officially ends today.
Approximately 16,000 armed forces of the Philippines and U.S. military contingent completed the training of the annual Balikatan Exercise 2024.
For the last 2 weeks from April 29 to May 10, 2024, 16,000 participants from the AFP and U.S. military trained together with the various exercises this year. Contingents from the Australian Defence Force, and for the first time in Balikatan history, the French Navy also joined the exercises as participants. Meanwhile, 14 nations will participate as part of the AFP hosted the International Observer Program from Brunei, Canada, France, Germany, Great Britain, India, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, New Zealand, Republic of Korea, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. The U.S. and Philippine forces have come together to complete once again the largest Balikatan exercises held from northern coast of Luzon and Palawan, focusing on maritime security and cooperation, and live fire exercise focusing on air and missile defense, missile strike, cyber defense, and information operation. The Philippine Navy, U.S. Navy together with the French and Japanese navies also conducted a multilateral maritime exercise in Palawan inside the Philippines Exclusive Economic Zone.
Personal note, I would like to congratulate all those who participated for a successful exercise with the scope and the dimension that it is taken this year, and I believe accident or incident free. So I congratulate not only those who participated, but the government of the United States, government of Australia, the government of France. We welcome more multilateral cooperative activities and maritime cooperative activities. We thank our civilian partners, the Coast Guard and the Philippine National Police, whose assistance was vital. And we thank the local communities who will continue to welcome us, because our national pride, territorial integrity, and dignity are non-negotiables for each and every Filipino. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat.
The AFP and U.S. military also conducted multiple humanitarian and civic assistance projects, including the construction and renovation of public schools, multiple community health engagement, and exchanging techniques of advanced emergency rescue and life-saving training. This construction project health engagement and community relations events improved local infrastructure, facilitated the exchange of life-saving medical skills, and strengthening ties between local communities and Philippine and American military forces. While Balikatan 2024 comes to a close, the AFP and U.S. forces will continue to train and stand together routinely during other exercises and initiatives throughout the year to promote readiness and interoperability, friendship, and security.
This is Jeffrey from Kawal Pinoy reporting for AFP News. One AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Social Welfare Development emphasized the use of the media in disseminating accurate information and enhancing public awareness about the government programs. According to Pantawid Pamilya Pilipino Program Director Gemma Gabuya, Through the government's collaboration with the private sector and media, the public may understand better the study intervention. And also he made the statement during the conclusion of the 3-day orientation and the DSWD programs at the St. Gals Hotel in Makati City yesterday.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
That's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in next week for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Ralph Susan for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Susan every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.